Hi everyone, my name is R.hema from BCom first year, A&F Magalashmi Women's College of Arts and Science. My story is about how to enjoy life and your job. Author name Dale Carnegie. Now, find yourself and be yourself. Remember, there is no one else on earth like you. I have a letter from Miss Edith Aldrich of Mount Airy, North Carolina. As a child, I was extremely sensitive and shy. She says in her letter, I was overweight and my cheeks make me look even fatter than I was. I had an old famished mother who thought it was foolish to make clothes look pretty. She always said wide will wear while narrow will tears, and she dressed me accordingly. I never went to parties, never had any fun, and when I went to school, I never joined other children in outside activities. Morbidly shy, I felt I was different from everybody else and entirely undesirable. When I grew up, I married a man who was several years my senior, but I didn't change. My in law were poised and self confident family. They was everything I should have been, but simply was not. I tried my best to like them, but I could not. Even attempt they made to draw me out of myself only drew me further into my shell. I became nervous and irritable. I avoided all my friends. I got so bad I even dreaded the sound of the doorbell ringing. I was a failure. I know it. I was afraid my husband could find it out. So whenever we are in public, I tried to gay and overacted by part. I know it overacted and I would be miserable from day afterwards. At last, I became so unfunny that I would see no point in prolonging my existence. I began to think of suicide. What happened to change this unhappy woman life? Just a chance remake. Mrs. Allen to continue transfer my whole life. My mother-in-law was talking one day of how she brought her children up and she said no matter what happened and always insisted on their being themselves. On their being themselves, the remark is what didn't it flash and it was realized brought all the mysteries on myself by trying to fit myself into a pattern to which I didn't conform. I changed overnight. I started being myself. I tried to make a study of my own personality. Tried to find out what I was. I studied my strong points. I reached out to make friends. I joined an organization, a small one at first, and it was pretty fight when they put me on a program, but each time I spoke, I gained a little courage. I took a long while, but today I have more happiness than I ever dreamed possible. In rearing my own children, I have always taught them the lesson I made to learn from such bitter experience. No matter what happens, always be yourself. The biggest mistake people make in applying for jobs is in not being themselves. Instead of taking their head down and being completely frank, they often try to give you the answer you think you want. But it is not a work because nobody wants a phony. Nobody ever wants a counterfeit coin. A certain doctor of a steel car had a learned that lesson hard way long. A doctor of steel car conduct had to learn that lesson the hard way. She longed to be a singer, but her face was her misfortune. Long mouth and projecting bunk teeth. When she first sang in public in New Mercy nightclub, she started to pull down her upper lips to cover her teeth. She tried to act glamorous. The result, she made herself ridiculous. She was headed for his failure. However, there was a man in his nightclub who heard the girl singing and thought she had talent. She was a Palti. I have been watching your performance and I know what is you are trying to hide. You are ashamed of your teeth. The girl was embarrassed, but the man continued, what it was. Is there any particular crime in bulk teeth? Don't try to hide them. Well, love you when they you are not ashamed. Beside he said truly love teeth. He had truly he had those teeth you are trying to hide may make your fortune. Cass Daly took his advice and forgot about her teeth. For the time horn, she thought only about her audience. She opened her mouth wide and sang with this enjoyment that she became a top star in movies and radio. Other comedians tried to copy her. Be a pine on the top of the hill. Be a scrub in the valley, but be the best little scrub by side of the hill. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a bush, be a bite of the grass, and some highway happier make. Be the best whatever you are. To cultivate a mental altitude that was bring us became our freedom. Remember, let's not imitate others. Let's find ourselves and be ourselves.